We are going to do a
Yeah,
segment that is a staple on this channel called Generic Wrestling Questions. Those of you that have seen my interviews before will know as well I'll ask Dan his favorite match, favorite pay-per-view card, such as Double or Nothing 2019, just as an example. Favorite
yeah.
wrestler's entrance theme, favorite tag team, and favorite wrestler. Basically, the questions I assume Dan might be asked on social media or in his live streams. So now he'll have a place to be like, guys, I have answered this. Please go watch this. So, what's your favorite match of all time?
Favorite match of all time. Technically, there is two for completely contrasting reasons. One of them we did discuss quite at length earlier on. Cactus Jack versus Triple H, Royal Rumble 2000, because it was that one match where it just completely blew my mind at the time. I still go back and watch it now, but you almost hit the nail on the head with your sort of little teaser favorite pay per view, Double or Nothing 2019, Cody versus Dustin.
Mm.
That to me is the absolute heartbeat of a wrestling storyline to get people invested. It was two brothers fighting for similar causes at the time, and then at the end coming together. The match itself was phenomenal. There was so much blood in the match, but the match ending and the promo after the match was a pivotal moment where you was almost on the verge of tears watching it, whether it was live, whether it was watching it as a repeat. But it is one that does pull at the heartstrings of, is this real? Is this a story? But that is what, to me, I want from my wrestler. I want to be tugged at emotionally, and that match did definitely did it for me.
That's really, really cool. What about your favorite overall pay-per-view card?
Um, at the minute, I would probably say WrestleMania 40,
Oh.
the one that we've just had earlier this year. I think because Triple H had so much control over the full show, I think that a lot of the matches played to the strengths. Becky versus Rhea, Gunther versus Sammy, and I think the whole overall show from start to finish was probably the best WrestleMania we've ever had.
Mm.
There's been very good WrestleManias. WrestleMania 30, for example, Daniel Bryan overcoming the authority with the Yes Movement. It's an absolutely phenomenal card, but it's only known for a couple of different things. WrestleMania 31, the heist of the century, Seth Rollins cashing in on Roman and Brock. Again, very good show. But for me, being able to sort of watch WrestleMania 40 as a fan, as of experiencing it live the the previous year, I think enjoyment wise, I don't think I can beat WrestleMania 40 at the moment.
Really, really cool. What about your favorite wrestler's entrance theme?
I'm going to probably get shot for this because I'm going to be using it at the wedding. Is Cody Rhodes
Why does that one speak to you as a fan? And why have you chosen it for your wedding?
because I just think it's an awesome entrance theme. I get so hyped when I play it. I play it in the car, the windows go down, I'm driving along, Cody hits the floor, and he goes, "Whoa!" My hands go out the windows. I can't not help myself doing that. And the amount of times that I watch the Money in the Bank entrance from Cody and listening to that London UK crowd singing along, absolute ridiculous noise. I get goosebumps talking about it. I get goosebumps thinking about it. I'm watching it. I'm getting them now. I can feel the goosebumps sort of rising
Mm,
because of the energy that was in the arena at the time. And I think that's why it wasn't up until that point, but now that is what's become my favorite wrestling theme of all time because of that excitement from the fans.
that's really, really cool, Dan. What about your favorite tag team?
Oh, favorite tag team. I think at the moment, I think I'd have to go FTR. I know Doctor's just basically been sidelined with a massive injury, but I think for the past few years, FTR, the revival in WWE, if you want, um, was just a very good throwback to an old school wrestling tag team
Mm,
You think of Demolition, you think of Road Warriors. They are a basic 80s and 90s wrestling team. Their old saying, no flips, just fists, encompasses what the old style was. And I think it's just nice to have a throwback every so often. You've got people like the Lucha Bros, phenomenal performers, very athletic. The Young Bucks, very athletic, but being able to watch an old school style match with these other spots, I just think it's a very fun time to be where an old style of wrestling can still be massively over with a good percentage of the crowd.
that's really, really cool. And then finally, Dan, the biggest generic question, in my opinion: who's your favorite overall wrestler of all time?
Oh, oh. Overall of all time, I think because of the way that he can change his character, change his style in the ring every so often. He helps put over a lot of new talent. He will build people up in factions. I think my go at the minute is Jericho.
Oh wow.
I I just think that you look at where he started in WCW, ECW, and then becoming a huge main eventer after a couple of years in WWE. You look at him now, he's still at the top of most cards because of his name value, because he's
Thoughts
been
on
able
the learning tree?
genius, absolute genius, because it's such an egotistical thing to do.
Mm.
But because he's that character, he's making this work down to a T. And again, the list of Jericho, it's such a simple concept. Holding a board like that and just writing a name on it. It's such a simple idea, but it became the biggest thing on Monday Night Raw. Learning tree, it's I reckon he could make it one of the biggest things in AEW. Jericho Appreciation Society. That's an odd thing to say when drunk.
Yeah.
Um, Being able to build these young talent to move on to better, bigger and better things. He's so good at doing that, but he's also making sure his character stays relevant. And I think Learning Tree is going to be another point, another feather in his cap for his retirement.
Mm. I fully agree with what you're saying there, my friend.